Good morning, students. Now, uh, this is the last topic of the Unit 3 in the Water Resource Engineering 1 subject. Actually, this is the ninth class in Unit 3. This is the longest heavy syllabus in this topic. But anyway, successfully, we will complete this topic. So, the four items actually four things I will explain here. The first one is the derivation and the different durations of unit hydrograph and the principle of superposition and S hydrograph methods and the limitations and applications of unit hydrograph. I'm going to explain these things. Guys, here actually I through our textbooks I didn't get the exact derivation units of the hydrograph. That's why uh, I'm using some internet matter. So I will explain clearly here the derivation of unit hydrograph. Guys, here the derivation of unit hydrograph. A number of isolated storm hydrographs caused by a number of isolated storm hydrographs caused by short spells of rainfall excess, each of approximately the same duration 0.9 to 1.1 difference heights are selected from a study of continuously gauged runoff the stream. For each of these surface runoff hydrographs, the base flow is separated. The area under direct rainfall hydrograph is evaluated and the volume of direct runoff obtained is divided by the catchment area to obtain the depth of effective rainfall. The ordinates of the various direct rainfall hydrographs are divided by the respective effective rainfall values to obtain the ordinates of the unit hydrograph. Flood hydrographs used in the analysis should be selected so as to meet the following desirable features with respect to the storms responsible for them. The storms should be isolated storms occurring individually. The rainfall should be fairly uniform during the duration and should cover the entire catchment area. The duration of rainfall should be 1 by 5 to 1 by third of the basin log. The rainfall excess of the selected storm should be high. A range of effective rainfall value of 1.0 to 4.0 cm is preferred. A number of unit hydrographs of a given duration are derived as mentioned above and then plotted. Because of spatial and temporal variations in rainfall and due to derivations of the storms from the assumptions in the unit hydrograph theory. The variations unit hydrographs developed will not be exactly identical. In general, the mean of these curves is adopted as the unit hydrograph of the given duration for the catchment. The average of the peak flows and the time to peaks are computed first. Then a mean curve of best fit by eye adjustment is drawn through the averaged peak to close on an averaged baseline. The volume of the direct rainfall hydrograph is determined and any departure from unit is corrected by adjusting the peak value. It is customer customary to draw the average effective rainfall hydrograph of unit depth in the plot of the unit hydrograph to indicate the type and the duration of rainfall, creating the unit hydrograph. Here, guys, discharge meters cube per second is taking on the y-axis and the time taking on x-axis. Here, derivation of an average unit hydrograph. from the figure 1 centimeters and 4 hour. Here like three graphs is there. One is the dark line indicates the average 4 hours hydrograph unit area, and the dotted lines is the average peak, and the second is the 4 hours in 1 centimeter. 1 is equal to 4 hours unit hydrograph for the basin due to two storms. It is assumed that the rainfall excess occurs uniformly over the catchment during the duration d hours of unit hydrograph. An ideal duration for a unit hydrograph is one in which small fluctuations in rainfall intensity does not have any significant effect on the runoff. The duration of the unit hydrograph should not exceed 1 by 5 to 1 by 3rd of the basin log. In general, for catchments larger than 250 square kilometer, 6-hour duration is satisfactory. Guys, unit hydrograph from a complex storm. When suitable simple isolated storms are not available, data from complex storms of long duration will have to be used to derive the unit hydrograph. The problem is to decompose a measured composite flood hydrograph into its component direct rainfall hydrographs and base flow. This is the inverse problem of derivation of the flood hydrograph. Consider a rainfall excess made up of three consecutive durations of d hours and ER values of R1, R2, and R3. After base flow separation of the resulting composite flood hydrograph, a, a composite direct rainfall hour is obtained. Let the ordinates of the composite direct rainfall hydrograph be drawn at a time of interval of d hours. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry, guys. After base flow separation of the resulting composite flood hydrograph, a composite direct rainfall hydrograph is obtained. Let the ordinates of the composite direct rainfall hydrograph be drawn at a time interval of d hours. At various time intervals 1D, 2D, 3D, from the start of the effective rainfall hydrograph, let the ordinates of unit hydrographs be U1, U2, U3, and the ordinates of the composite direct rainfall hydrograph be Q1, Q2, Q3. Here, y-axis on the discharge and x-axis and time is on taking on the x-axis. Here 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D to 8D. Here discharge 1D, 2D, 3D, R1, R2, R3. Rainfall excess. Guys, here we can observe R3U1, R3U2, here R3U3. Figure this is the unit hydrograph from a complex storm. Then Q1 is equal to R1U1, Q2 is equal to R1U1 plus R2U2, Q3 is equal to R1U3 plus R2U2 plus R3U1, Q4 is equal to R1U4 plus R2U3 plus R3 and U2, Q5 is equal to R1U5 plus R2U4 plus R3U3 plus and so on. So the values of U1, U2, U3 can be determined from the above. So disadvantage of this method, errors propagate and increase as computation proceeds. So I'm sorry, guys. Actually, system has in trouble, so it shows in some difficulties to understand. But okay, now it's in streamline. Okay, guys. Here steps for deriving the unit hydrograph. This is the basic input of for deriving a unit hydrograph. Stream flow hydrograph, flow versus time, basin area, basin average rainfall, and the duration of excess rainfall, and the deep infiltration stuff. These are all the basic inputs for the deriving unit hydrograph. For example, if anybody asks you to deriving a unit hydrograph, what is the basic inputs? If anybody asks you, you have to show the four stream flow hydrograph and the basin area and the basin average rainfall and the duration excess rainfall. Excuse me, guys. అమ్మ సీత నీ ఫోన్ హాట్స్పాట్ ఆన్ చేయి ఇమీడియట్ గా. Excuse me, guys. ఆన్ చేస్తారా? ఫోన్ మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ పెట్టు, ఆడ తీసుకుంటే. So guys, if anybody asks us what is the basic inputs for deriving unit hydrograph, we have to tell first stream flow hydrograph, basin area, basin average rainfall, duration of excess rainfall. And here guys, the appropriate precipitation event. When deriving a unit hydrograph, it is important to start with an achieved hydrograph in which the quick response runoff portion is from one single storm event. In addition, that storm should have produced its excess precipitation with nearly uniform coverage in space and time over the basin. So guys, here the remove base flow contribution. Uh, removing base flow from hydrograph and removing base flow from hydrograph. Here, quick response runoff from base flow to quick response runoff only. Here guys, the total volume of water from the quick response runoff needs to be calculated. This is done by summing the areas under the QRR hydrograph for each time step, in this case hourly. And this is the excess, determine excess depth from basin. Computation of a basin average excess precipitation. Total volume of excess, basin area equivalent to uniform runoff depth for the whole basin. Guys, here volume data, so volume by area is equal to average depth. Here this is the example. This is the example. I skipped the example, guys. Next, determine duration of unit hydrograph. The duration of unit hydrograph refers to a continuous time period during which one unit of excess PBT occurred. If it is took 6 hours for the 1 unit of excess to occur, we have a 6-hour unit hydrograph. Remember, the unit hydrograph duration does not refer to the duration of the stream flow response. The difficult part of determining the duration of a unit hydrograph is estimating which portion of the entire precipitation event actually contributes to excess PPT. Recall that the water that infiltrates percolates into deeper storage and base flow is not part of excess. We can estimate this portion of the PPT by applying a constant loss function to the rainfall. Recall that we have already calculated the depth of the excess PPT to be 2.0 cm. Now we need to know how long it took for that access to occur. So we move these loss function lines such that the amount of PPT above the line is equal to the depth of excess that we already calculated for the basin. Below that line, the PPT goes to long-term storage. Above the line is the excess PPT. Duration of excess precipitation. Excess precipitation 6 hours. Total precipitation 9 hours. Guys, here we have to understand total precipitation means rainfall, snow, hail, something in our area. So continuously 9 hours we receiving the rainfall. Excess rainfall means after 3 hours, continuously 6 hours we got the excess precipitation continuously 6 hours. Determining the during excess of precipitation. Now we have an excess precipitation bar graph of 6 hour notice 6 hour. Notice that the amounts from hour to hour on this graph are not truly uniform. This is the typical. For purposes of calculating a unit hydrograph duration, however, we assume that all excess PPT occurred uniformly in time. The final unit hydrograph. At the end of these steps, we have a 6 hour unit hydrograph which shows the stream flow response to 6 hours of excess PPT that produced 1 unit of depth. Applications of unit hydrograph. Guys, the unit hydrograph method is based on the assumption of a linear relationship between the rainfall excess and the direct rainfall rates. More specifically, the method assumes that the base time of the direct rainfall hydrograph resulting from a rainfall excess of a given duration is constant regardless of the amount of the rainfall excess, and the ordinates of a given a duration is constant regardless of the amount of the rainfall excess, and the ordinates of a DRH direct rainfall hydrograph resulting from a rainfall excess of a given duration are directly proportional to the total amount of rainfall excess. The other words, the base of the direct rainfall hydrograph resulting from a rainfall excess of say 1.5 in produced over of a 2 hour duration is the same as that of the 2 hour unit hydrograph. Also, the ordinate of this direct rainfall hydrograph are 1.5 times the ordinates of the unit hydrograph 2 at a respective times. We can simply state that see that DRH is equal to UH2, DRH is equal to 1.5 unit hydrograph 2. Calculation of DRH due to 3.5 effective rainfall. This is the example. This is the DRH derived from the 6 hours unit hydrograph. Example, I skipped example. Guys, here unit hydrograph of different durations. Under condition where lack of adequate data in development of unit hydrograph, our unit hydrograph is used to develop unit hydrographs of differing durations and number of Ds. Two methods available: method of superposition and the S-curve. Method of superpositions. If a DH unit hydrograph is available and it's desired to develop unit hydrograph of number of Ds, it is easily accomplished by superposing n units hydrographs with each graph separated from the previous one by dh. D is equal to 2-hour unit hydrograph QCPF CFS IN inches per hour 0, 0.5, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100 taking on the y-axis times in hours are taking on the x-axis. Here guys, from this figure, adjusted net rainfall on inch over basin. This is the QP is the peak. Change unit hydrograph duration. Q is equal here two graphs is there, 1 hour unit and 2 hour unit. Consider 1 hour hydrograph add on log to unit hydrograph by 1 hour, sum and divide by 2 results in 2 hour unit hydrograph. Here also one example is there. Give the ordinance of a 4-hour unit hydrograph as a below. Derive the ordinance of a 12-hour unit hydrograph for the same catchment. Time 1 hour 0, ordinates of 0, 4, 8, 12 times is hours here. The gap is the 4 hours 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 0, 20, 80, 130, 150, 130, 90, 52, 27, 15, 50. This is the ordinates of the 4-hour unit hydrograph. Calculating of a 12 hydrograph unit from a 4 unit hydrograph. Here, this is the time in hours. Ordinates 4 hours meters cube per second, logged by 4h and logged by 8 hours, DRH by of 3 centimeter in 12h, and the ordinate of the 12h U by h. Here also guys, discharge meters cube per second, 100, 200, 300, 400. Here 0 to 52 hours. So 0 to here A, B, C, DRH of the 3 centimeters. Here guys, 12-hour unit hydrograph ordinates F by 3. This is the construction of 12 hours unit hydrograph from a 4-hour unit hydrograph. Yes, sir. S curve also known as a S hydrograph. S hydrograph produced by continuous effect rainfall at a constant rate for infinite period. Curve obtained by summation of an infinite series of d hours d h uh spaced dh apart. And guys, here unit rainfall excess equals 1 centimeter in dh. Here 1 centimeter d. Average excess rainfall intensity is equal 1 by d centimeter per hour. Here discharge meters cube per second taking on the x-axis, y-axis, and time in hours on the x-axis. Here u1 plus u2, u1, u2, u3, u4, u5, u6, u7. This is the curve indicates sigma 1 into n is ui is equal to qs. Here guys, the S curve, if we observe the S curve here started from 0 to u1 plus u2, and here this is the S curve. Guys, here S curves of the unit hydrograph. 1 by D, 1 by D. Here D, RF net for duration D, RF net for duration D. Rainfall excess for a new hydrograph difference here and shifted S curve. Here S curve hydrograph method and S curve here. Convert 2 hours unit hydrograph to 3 hours. Lag each 2 hours unit hydrograph by duration day. Add to produce S curve. Here also, guys, 0 to 100, 200, 300 to 700. The interval is the 100. We are taking 100, and here time 0, 1, 2, 3 hours to up to 13 hours. This also S curve. 2 hours unit hydrograph logged by 2 hours. Solve previous example with S-curve method. Here, give the ordinates of a 4-hour unit hydrograph as below. Derive the ordinates of a 12-hour unit hydrograph for the same catchment. Here, guys, ordinates of 4 hours unit hydrograph 0 to 0. Here, 4 to 20, 8 to 80, 12 to 130, 16 to 150, 20 to 130, 24 to 90, 28 to 52, 30 to 27, 36 to 15, 40 to 5, and 44 to 0. Here, guys, determination of 12 hours unit hydrograph by S-curve method. Example, here time 1 to 52. Ordinate of 4 hours unit hydrograph meters cube per second. Here 0 to 20, 80, 130, 150, 130, 90, 52, 27, 15, 50. S-curve addition meters cube per second. 0, 20, 100, 230, 380, 510, 600, 652, 679, 694, 699, 699. S-curve ordinate meters cube per second. Here column 2 plus column 3, 0, 20, 100, 230, 380, 510, 600. Here we adding plus 20 plus 0, 80 plus 20, 130 plus 100, 150 plus 230, 130 plus 380. Here 2 plus 3 we are adding, guys. So 652, 679, 694, 699, 699, 699, 699. Here S-curve logged by 12 hours hydrograph for meters cube per second is equal to 0, 20, 100, 230, 380, 510, 600, 652, 679, 694, 699. Here column 4 plus column 5, here minus. If we do minus column 4 plus column 5, guys, this is the column 4, this is the column 5. Here 380 minus 20, 360, 510 minus 100, 410, 600 minus 230, 370, 6 plus 52 minus 80, 272, 169, 94, 47, 25. So column 6 is equal to 12 by 4. 12 hours unit hydrograph ordinates meters cube per second is equal here 0, 6.7, 33.3, 76.7, 120. Guys, here column 6 is equal to divided by 12 by 4. So 76.7, 120, 136.7, 123.3, 90.7, 56.3, 31.3, 51.7, 6.7, 1.7, and here 0. So guys, hydrograph convolution add and log method, Strom hydro. Add up the ordinates of all three to produce a Strom hydrograph here. Here is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for your patience. So we completed successfully unit 3. Tomorrow we are entering into the unit 4.